Alright guys, it's Friday and everything showed up. Got my air fittings so I can modify my idle air control. Got brand new injectors. The injectors would have cost $18 a piece to have them flowed, and if any of them were bad I'd obviously have to buy new ones. These came in at $275 for 8 injectors, so that was actually pretty good. Found a deal on eBay, brand new. Got my Innovative Motorsports dual wideband setup. One thing I don't really like about this, there is a ton of fittings. I was hoping just for like one module and two O2 sensors, but got a module here for one side, then you have to wire it into this side, and then you have to wire both these to power and ground. It's actually kind of designed to be put in your car permanently. I'm not going to do that because it's just too much wiring and I don't really care about it, so just use it for my tuning and put it back in the box. Here is my modified vacuum log. Wasn't quite what I was wanting, but I'm going to see if it works. It's not that hard to pull this intake back off now that I've got everything figured out how to get it off of there with room. Going into one single line here. See, I have a T here that goes down and then goes over there. I'm not 100% sure about vacuum physics and how all that works, but I think that the pressure should be equal in all these lines. This is 5/16 line. I could see if it was maybe super small line, if I had a vacuum leak at one, it wouldn't equal out, but I think this will work. I guess I'll find out. If I got one cylinder hotter than the other, we'll find out. Alright, we got a sunny day because I'm here before 5 o'clock, and I have all my throttle blades closed. I got a wideband hooked up. I got it out here so I can keep an eye on it, and got a temp gun so I can measure the temperature of each cylinder. I'm hoping this thing will idle without me having to control the idle air control, but we'll find out here in just a minute. So this is my first fire on new injectors and redoing the idle air control. Fingers crossed it works. Alright, fired up. Alright, fired up. Alright, here it is, the sound. It actually sucks in there. These pipes are actually connected, but the more flow goes that way. So that's why this one's clean. You actually feel a cold breeze on this side, and it's hot over here. Alright, the air fuels are looking real good. So right now we can tune it up a little different later. But I think we got her nailed down. She's idling good. Temperatures on both banks are real close. The tailpipes are within 5 degrees, and up here within about 20, 30 degrees each cylinder. So I'm going to call that good. Well, I'm going to call that one a success. I got it to idle, got the temperatures close to each other. Air fuel ratios are almost dead even on both banks. One thing I was kind of concerned about, depending on where you measure the temperature on the header tube, each individual tube, you can have an 80-degree variance. At first that was throwing me because I get the AFRs were like right on each other, but one side was way hotter than the other bank, but I found out depending on where I measure on the tube made all the difference in the world. So I'm going to say they're okay since the AFRs are the same left and right bank. We just got it to idle today. My tuner Pete from Pete's Garage will be out hopefully later this week. We'll do some street tuning on it, get her dialed in there. I don't predict the street tuning to be too much of a nightmare. Hopefully it doesn't come back, the idle air control doesn't come back to haunt us. At low speeds and gear it does want to die, but I don't know if he has that set up at all. But at any rate, we're looking good right now. So hopefully in the next video you see will be us driving this thing, getting her dialed in. Little disappointing on the sound. I thought it would be more. Like I showed you in the video, I think the exhaust tips have a lot to do with it. Those are off of a C5 Corvette. And I may end up changing them to an oval tube. I don't know. I'd like it to be a little bit more defined of a camshaft. My first thoughts were maybe it wasn't a stage 3 cam, but after sitting in the truck with the idling, it doesn't feel smooth like a plain LS7 would. It shakes a whole lot more. So I'm going to say it's a stage 3 cam. We'll find out. Maybe in a few more weeks we'll take it to a dyno, throw it on there, see what kind of numbers we can get at the wheels. And we'll see how long this 4L60 lasts before I have to upgrade it. I may pull it out over the winter, throw a different input drum in it. I refuse to put a 4L80 in it just because of the size of a 4L80. But I'm going to try and make a 4L60 live as best I can. It's not a daily race car, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe.